And it still reminds me of a face. Is that curtain open? I don't think it was open before. Is my house haunted? Is my microphone working? There's only one way to tell. Is my microphone
Welcome back to Rob's Arcade.
work? Not working. Now it's working. Hello, hello. Microphone check. Jeez, all right. I need to get me a new headset. Get me a new headset. Get me a brand new, I keep turning this TV off, and every time I come in here, it's back on. Anyway, all right. Welcome back to the show, guys. It's your host here, Mr. Rob French, for another episode of Rob's Arcade. A lot of stuff to kind of catch up on a little bit. Everybody had a good weekend. Going to kind of wrap a little bit of different things here into this video. Just wanted to chat about a few things that I noticed over the weekend, and then also kind of hit you with a little Monday motivation because it is Monday, and share a few stories. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. We are running out of summer days here, people. So um, hopefully everybody got a chance to get outside and get a little sunshine. I myself was fortunate enough to get outside a little bit on Saturday. Got a nice little walk in yesterday to the gym. A nice little workout over the weekend, both days, and um, well, that's really cool. I don't think I've ever noticed that crisscross jet pattern in the sky. That's some crazy stuff right there, man. This game just blows me away all the time. Just how realistic they can be from time to time. Uh, Crazy stuff on the internet as I'm like going to sleep last night. All these protesters in the street over in London. It's like a whole sea of people. Um, Got police hitting the streets of Baltimore and Chicago, and just been a really um, intense, intense weekend. Um, so hopefully everybody's been safe out there and continues to be safe throughout the week. Sorry, having a little breakfast here while I talk to you guys. If you guys did anything cool over the weekend, please let me know. I'd love to hear about it down in the comment section below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that stuff as well. Um, Helps the video, but I feel like I get people who watch, don't hit that like button. Takes a second to share it, takes a second to like it, takes a few moments to leave a little comment. So do yourself a favor. And if you're going to engage all the way. So, um, wanted to talk a little bit again. Monday motivations, they get to be a little bit, I know, probably like redundant from time to time. And I'm out there like, just go out there and do something and make a difference and be better and yada yada. And it really, I mean, God, I can't emphasize it enough. I wish more people actually listen because it's such a cliche where it's just like, if there's more people like you, or if there's more people that treated people, the world would be a better place. And it's like, we have the answer. We have it right there in front of our faces. We know what it would take to make the world a better place. And yet a lot of us feel the need to do the opposite. And it blows me away. Um, I don't know. I run into so many people so often with these negative attitudes, and I'm baffled at the reason to why they want to spend so much time and energy dedicated to being so negative. And I can't really escape it from time to time. It dwells within our home. But even like as I was making my way, so I guess a key piece of this is I'm talking about the Monday, this whole Monday motivation and doing your best and putting your best foot forward. I was what they call the manager on duty, or MOD, this past weekend on Saturday. And that to some is probably something that's like, oh man, I gotta be the boss. I don't want to do that. I hate it. We have certain shifts we have to do throughout the month. It's just, man, I've been doing it for a long time. I love it. To me, it's like it's kind of like a compliment. Like they trust me enough to be the go-to person in the building for those few hours, and it means a lot. And it was one of those things where, like, even as I'm doing it, even still to this day, as I make my way around and I'm checking different things out and making my way around the building and talking and asking everybody how's they're doing and bouncing from department to department, and just, there's a piece of that that still is kind of like, it's very like, oh man, I can't believe I'm the one. I'm the emergency contact. I can't believe this is, but it's true. And it's only because I put my best foot forward and I kept, showing up 100% every day and doing the best that I could do, even if I didn't always know what I was doing. Um, those Star Wars smashing button moments, if you will, where you're just kind of like sit behind a console, pressing buttons, and you don't know what does what, but you're just hoping at the end of the day everything will work out. A lot of those moments that I have from time to time, but again, as I'm making my way around doing my manager thing, it's not lost on me. And I don't know, it does mean a lot. So with that piece, as I'm going around, there was a gentleman who he was actually a coach, and I'm assuming he was coming back from the restroom. And as I'm talking with one of our staff, seeing how he's doing, this guy walks up, and I recognize him. I talked to him 2 years ago, and I was sitting in my office 2 years ago on a Saturday, just kind of cleaning up some things, and the same guy proceeded to like kind of walk up to my office. I guess because I was like the only like real full-time staff there in the building at the time, and was like complaining about the new design of our building. I was like, well, yeah, we're still living in it. And it was pretty fresh, like we were still coming into it. And he was just like, yeah, I don't like it, and this is stupid, and I hate this, and you got to walk farther to that, and now that's locked, and you can't even get in there anymore. And I'm like, well, yeah, I hear you. I'm thinking to myself, well, that's locked, but there's nothing going on in there, so you don't really need to be in there on a for any reason. So, and they changed this for that. And I'm like, there's reasons for it. He's like, oh, yeah, and I don't like this new child area. And I'm like, it's got like emergency exits and all this stuff. It's like, yeah, kids can just get out. I'm like, well, what if they have to get out? And it's just like, today's climate with active shooters and just all kinds of things, even a fire, like it would be awful for kids to have to like make their way through an entire building where they could just go out the side emergency exit. There's usually multiple. I'm like just running through my head, like, what are this guy's issues? Like this is crazy. We just spent like millions of dollars updating this facility. And anyway, so then I don't know, he complained for like an hour. I feel like just he would not. If I was like, all right. So anyway, he walks up Saturday. I haven't seen this guy since then. I haven't seen him since. Haven't talked to him since. And the first thing he did is he walks up as I'm talking with another staff and just kind of like checking over, everything's great and da 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 da. And how are you doing? And he walks up and he's just like, I don't know who designed this building, but they need to be beat to death. And that's not even that's a quote. Like that's exactly. I don't know who designed this building, but they need to be. I think he said dragged outside and I think that's what he said, dragged outside and beat to death. And I looked at him and I recognized him instantly. And I just went, still? Really? And he was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, no, this is ridiculous. It's like just you have to walk." So it was the same complaint last time. Like he has to walk farther to the bathroom. And I'm not trying to be rude, but the guy could probably stand to walk a little bit farther to the bathroom. But anyways, like you could, it's one of those things where it's like that's just how it is, dude. Like you're outside on a field behind a building. You signed up to be a coach. If you don't want to be out here, if going to the restroom is going to be an issue for you, if you need a potty right next to you, stay home. Stay home. Don't leave your house. Grab your tablet and park it on the toilet. You know what I mean? Like that's the conditions, dude. Like everybody who has to use the restroom has to go inside. Nobody's even if the building hadn't been renovated and nothing had been changed, there was never any bathrooms outside. There never was, there never will be. You always had to walk inside to use the restroom. None of that's changed. And it's been 2 years, and I haven't talked to this guy. I haven't seen this guy, but for 2 years now, he's been harboring ill feelings about this new remodel and this design and all this stuff. It's like, all right, we get it. You can't please everybody all the time, and that's totally. I mean, like, dude, and like, honestly, people, if you don't like something, like Disney's like the happiest place on earth. I'm sure somebody somewhere is going to find something to complain about somewhere about someone or some amenity or whatever. That's cool. But the fact this guy, like, I had to see, like, like, there hasn't been a single other conversation with this gentleman since then. So it's just like for 2 years, he's just like, oh man, I don't know who this guy is who made this building, but and then the fact he's like he needs to be dragged outside and beat to death. I know some of the people who put their input into what the building design looks like and why this is this and why this. I know who they are. They're pretty decent people. I don't think any of them deserve to be dragged outside and beat to death. You know, I'm not a huge fan of like I don't know. Okay, you're Trump, Elon Musk. Like these are some of like the most disgusting people to me, in my opinion. The Kardashians. Kanye West. I can't stand these people. Well, I don't know. I kind of wish like somebody would beat Kim Kardashian with Kanye West. Like just pick Kanye up and just beat Kim Kardashian with him. Like I have said that from time to time. Um, but at the end of the day, like that's more of a joke. That's not a feasible. Like I don't know who would do that. Maybe The Rock is capable, but it's like that's just it's so ridiculous of an idea that it's comical in a sense, and that's just to give a degree of like just how much I can't stand this person. I don't know that I would ever be like an individual who designed a building for that purpose deserves to be dragged outside and then beat to death. Like that's an actual like occurrence. Like that happens to people at like soccer games. Like coaches get dragged and refs outside of soccer games in other countries. And physically, it's happened here too. Have been hit and like knocked out and killed. But in like especially like countries where like soccer or football is very like you know it's like the lifeblood here, like our American football here. There are people like they will like drag you out into the street and like pull you apart. And like that's basically what he's suggesting that this like architect, because he has to walk a little bit further to the restroom, you know. And really, the funny part is, if he were just to come to the front desk and be like, "Hey, is there any chance you could like open up this this outdoor office so that way we could utilize the restrooms inside?" I'd probably be like, "Yeah." Or if he'd even said, "Hey, could you like open this side of the building over here so we can use these bathrooms on this side so we don't got to walk all the way?" Yep, probably could. Never, you know, never thought to ask. It was just a immediate. Yeah, I don't like this, and therefore, this person deserves to be beat to death. So, don't be that person, people. Do not be that guy who's like, one thinks that somebody should be like beat to death because of something so minuscule, but then two, don't be that person for like 2 years. You're just sitting there, like stuck on the design of a building. And the funny thing, like, he's a volunteer. Just don't do it. Just don't show up, man. Don't show up. If you don't like the building, if you need a bathroom, stay in the building you do like, where the bathroom you have is right there. And that's a simple fix for you, buddy. Something else I noticed. I'm gonna just go ahead and kind of wrap that piece up. But that's my Monday motivation piece. So be good, do unto others as you have to do unto you. Actually, do what people say. Like it would make the world a better place if everybody just blah 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 blah. Do it. It would be such a better if everybody just used their turn signal. If everybody just held the door. If everybody said please, then just do it. Just do it, people. It's easy. It's an easy fix. Right there. There you have it. Free free advice that could possibly help change the whole universe as we know it. Um, Speaking of the universe, I also noticed something. I'm talking about like sports and everything, and I noticed something about the universe that's just it unfolded right there on the fields for me. I think a lot of comedians will do bits from time to time, and it's kind of this ongoing cliche that like men are dumber than women, and we mature slower. Um, Husbands just don't quite got it together. You can't ask a husband to pick a kid up from school because he doesn't know the teacher's name, he doesn't know what grade they're in, and most of the time he doesn't know what school to go to. Um, I ran into it a lot when I worked at the restaurant. You know, Men coming up to pick up food their wives had ordered, and they had no idea what name it was under or what they had ordered. Sometimes they literally would go to the wrong restaurant. They're like yelling at us because we can't find their ticket, and then they get on the phone and they're, oh, sorry, she ordered from the Mexican place. I'm sorry. And like, it's just like it was insane. And as a guy, I hate to like want to believe it, but after, working in the restaurant and then now working in some aspects of school and kind of like childcare and just seeing how like moms are like amazing, man. Like moms have it all together. It's crazy. Like there could be 12 people in their family unit and they know what everybody's allergic to and who has what medicines or who has what band practice and who needs a new uniform and who's got soccer and what time the game is on Saturday and who's graduating in it's just birthdays, um everything. Like it's absolutely incredible, the day-to-day map out of their entire family unit is completely organized by mom. Dads just are clueless. And I hate as a guy, I hate to like because I know and it's there's exceptions. I know I don't want like I'm always asking for comments and stuff, and I'm sure like I don't want the 20,000 comments. Oh, I'm a guy and I'm not like that, and I know when my wife orders food, I know what to pick. I'm like, okay, fine, awesome, you're the exception, and I'm not saying that every guy's like that, and I don't really think that I could probably say to be a little bit more organized myself from time to time, but I'm pretty much on top of my own shit. Um, but again, like you talk to like the amount of men who come to pick up their kids and don't know where to go, and again, it's probably because they don't really do it often. Why? Because mom's got it locked down. Mom's, you know, that one time mom's just not feeling good, it throws everything off because mom's got it down, man. She knows where she can. All right, I got to go here, pick up this, run by this, pick up the dry cleaning. That gives me just enough time to pick up a coffee, get to the kids after school care, pick them up, get them to band practice, and then be back at the other school so I can pick up so and so and get them to soccer. And like they got it all. And then dad shows up and he's like, I don't even know where to go. And you're like, you got to walk down here. He's like, awesome. He's like, do you know what my kid's wearing? Can you help me find? Do you know what they look like? Do you know his name? Can you help me find my kid? Yeah, sure. If I scan my card, can you tell me what my kid's name is? Is that going to pop up? Yeah, yeah, that'll pop up. I don't know which kid is here. I don't know. It's like, oh my god, it's insane. But anyway, so I'm wondering how does it get to this? How does it get to this point? And as I'm walking around, doing my rounds this past weekend, and I'm walking past, these different soccer fields. I'm walking past the boys and they're playing, and nothing seems different. All the coaches are yelling and screaming at the boys, and all the dads are yelling and go dad. I'm just like, why is this looks normal? And just kind of checking everything out, and I make my way through, and we have all the young ladies playing up on a different field. And I make my way up there, and instantly, like almost like it was jarring how instant I realized that it was night and day, almost like on different planets between the girls and the boys playing. The girls, there were no parents yelling anything. Not a single parent was yelling. All the parents were just talking and watching the kids play. The coaches didn't have to say a single word. All the girls were just communicating with each other to the point of like not even like, like, hey, pass it to me. It was more like, it wasn't even like I said, like, hey, I'm open over here. It was, hey, Katie, pass it to me. I'm open. It's me, Carol. Pass it to me, Katie. I'm open. And then she would like pass it. She'd be like, thanks, Kate. Thanks, Katie. You're welcome, Carol. And I'm just like, what is this? What is happening right now? They were all so well put together. The goalie stops a goal. Cute little blonde-haired girl. Everybody's cheering for her. The parents are clapping. The coaches are like, go, way to go. Even the opposite team, they're all clapping. You're awesome. You're so great. She like throws the ball back in, and it's like, you know, like, thanks everybody. I like to cheerlead, and I'm also number one in my spelling bee regional. It's just like, what is this? Like, what am I looking at right now? This is amazing. So, and I feel like the girls are younger too. That was another thing. Like, I feel like these girls are like 2 years younger than these boys. Like, what has happened? So anyway, then I walk back down, heading back into the building, and I got to make my way back through the boys. And as I'm heading back through the boys' field, I'm looking again, and it's just like unhinged chaos. I didn't really notice it before, I guess. I didn't have there was no meter, nothing to gauge it against. But it was unhinged, utter chaos where the boys were not communicating with each other really at all. Like all the boys are like, if anything, they're just like screaming one kid's Chad, 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 ah, Chad, or just like screaming his name. All the parents are screaming, all the coaches are screaming. The kid will just like kick the ball and just immediately say he's sorry. He's just like, Chad, over here, or he just kicks it like, I'm sorry. And then, and I'm not lying. Like, none of this, I'm not making any of this up. This is all, as I'm like walking through, I'm like, oh my God, this is awful. The parents is like, and the coach are like, yeah, like, turn around. No, you're trying to score on the other goal. The other goal, turn around. And they're like, oh my God, this kid. And I'm actually watching the field. There's like one kid that's like, it's just like spinning in circles. Four of the boys aren't even wearing their uniforms. Like, they have on gym shorts and like whatever Pokemon t-shirt they slept in the night before, right? All the girls, curls, pigtails, shirts tucked in, immaculate. They look like a freaking catalog. Okay, the boys don't even know what goal they're scoring in, and it's just like I said, it's just unhinged. Utter. I didn't even want to look. I'm like, I literally, I had my hand up, like kind of like covering the side of my face, like I don't even want to look. Don't make eye contact. Just go inside. Go inside. Like, I felt almost like ashamed. Like, I don't want to. Like, I'm a boy too. I was a boy once too. I don't want to look at this. I don't want to look at this. But as I'm walking back inside, I mean, it was like this moment of clarity. Like, oh my, that's it. That's it right there. If you ever wanted to know where it starts, where it all began, right there in infancy, right there at the beginning. It happens all on the field. Like, if there's any question, I mean, and I was like, I'm like telling the story too, like sharing it with other people, and the young lady who runs, all the sports stuff, I'm talking to her about it. Like, I'm like, yeah, I feel like the boys were like older too. Oh yeah, they were. The boys, 5th grade, girls like 3rd grade. The boys have 2 more years on these girls. 2 more years to develop, get their shit together. I can get a goddamn jersey together. You know what I mean? And they can't do it, or they probably have it. They just don't know where it is. You know what I mean? Like, I guarantee you, every single one of those girls had their uniform laid out, pressed, ready to, I mean, down to the scrunchie. You know what I mean? Like their little socks, they had their scrunchie ready to go. They knew everything. They knew exactly what socks they were going to wear down to the T. And this, I'm guarantee you, Chad didn't even know he had a game Saturday. He didn't even know he was playing. That man woke up thinking he was going to play Fortnite all set. Oh my God. It was so embarrassing. Well, anyway, guys, let me know what your thoughts are. We'd love to hear from you. Hope you enjoyed this little segment here of the Rob's Arcade Show here, a little Monday motivation, just sharing a few stories, some stuff that I just happened to notice over the weekend. God, it's just so great. Just unhinged, utter unhinged chaos. Um, anyway, peoples, please do me a favor. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And until next time, don't spend that quarter anywhere else. Thank you again so much for hanging out with me, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace out.